All right, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the best marketing strategy for 2024. And it's not Facebook ads. It's not YouTube ads. It's not even YouTube. All right, I'm going to share with you exactly what that is and how you can use it so that you can make the most out of 2024 and start signing more online coaching clients. All right, so before we dive into it, if you could smash that subscribe button right here, I create daily content just like this to help you grow and scale an online coaching business. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. So if you guys have watched this channel a lot or have seen any of my Instagram content, you'll know that I'm a huge fan of paid ads. Huge fan of paid ads. I love them because I can put $1 in and get $4 out almost every single day. But it takes time to get that. And there's something else you have to have ready before you get into paid ads. And that's what I'm going to cover in this video. You need to have a strong organic content marketing strategy and process in place first before you get into paid ads and even before you get into like YouTube. So the platform that I find the most success for most early on coaches and entrepreneurs is Instagram or Facebook. Being on one of those two platforms is the best place to get started. Okay. The reason for this is it's a fast-paced platform. Okay. Meaning you can grow fast, meaning you can DM prospects and have conversations with them and invite them to calls. And it's fast. YouTube, on the other hand, like I'm creating now, I create 2 YouTube videos a week. And I have been posting this content since January of 2023, starting to get some traction, but it's taking time, right? Like a post or a YouTube video might only get 100 to 200 views, which isn't that much, okay? So I wouldn't bank on this being the best platform for someone starting out. Once they're doing $50,000 a month plus, I do suggest it. Okay. That's typically about the time I started getting into YouTube, right? I was making some money. I was already successful on Facebook and Instagram. Then I transitioned on here. And I was actually running ads before I transitioned on here too. Okay. So the best marketing strategy for 2024 is getting really good at Instagram or Facebook. Okay. Getting really good. It's fast paced. You can nurture people quick. And I'm going to share with you why I like this and why you want to have this set up before you get into paid ads. Okay. So let me go ahead. I'm going to pull up my little notepad over here. So when you run an ad, okay, let's say you're running an ad and the ad is for a free training. Okay. So if you're running an ad, and ignore my beautiful handwriting, not at all. So if I'm running a free training or an ad to a free training, right? Typically the link will be to a landing page where you're going to capture or ask for, phone number and email, right? That's what we traditionally think of when we run an ad. But here's what really happens. Okay. So if you have an ad, instead of somebody clicking straight to landing page, what they'll often do is they will first visit your profile. They will check out your profile and they're going to be looking at your content. And the reason for that is that your content really provides the trust in the beginning. Do I want to watch your free training or whatever this free thing is over here? Why should I watch this? Like, are you really good at what you say you're good at? Well, let me check out your profile first to see if you are. If you are good, then I will opt into your free training. Okay. Very rarely do people just go and click and put their name and info in and then they book a sales call and sign up with your team. That just doesn't how it works. This is very much more typical, right? I see an ad, click the profile. And then on Instagram, if you do click someone's profile, at the bottom, it'll still give you that call to action to click the link. Okay, so we're doing this, but they're gonna check you out first. And if this isn't optimized and you don't have a good organic strategy, good luck. Instead of having your like a cost per click of like $1 to $2, if you don't have a good setup, this could all of a sudden now be closer to $10. And I have seen this in the coaching space, is that because it's not set up, this jumps up. And now you don't have a profitable paid ad campaign because your cost per click is too high, because you don't have any trust or authority in the space. So the solution to all of that is, it's getting a little, I'm starting to write on top of myself here. Let's pick this green one, is having a good profile and having a good profile and organic content. Okay. That's way number one of why it's important to have this before you get into paid ads. Number two, probably honestly, I would say even the more important part here is, let's say that you do get a client on the phone. Okay. So you now have a book call. You have a call with a client, and this client on this call knows that they're about to be pitched. They know that a pitch is coming. So because of that, what they're going to do is, before the call, they are going to watch all of your Instagram content. They're going to go and consume anything that you've created. So they watch your content. And they're going to check it out and make a judgment of, like, you know, should I work with this person? And that's really, a lot of this is based off of your Instagram content. So even if you have a great ad, if you don't show up on social media, it's harder for the person to develop a know, like, and trust with you. And because of that, they're going to be more weary. So you might get more trust objections on the sales calls. Like, I don't know. I got to think about it. I'm not sure. Why? I just met you. I don't want to give you $5,000 or $1,000. I just met you. But a big reason for that is this, right? What if someone booked a call with you and then they watched 10 hours of content before a sales call? And what if in your content you hit on, what if the content covers objections that they have on the call? So what if your content covers finances and I got to think about it, right? Any time or fear-based objections. You can do that, and you should do that, all right? So if you can create a good content strategy that, and I'm going to share with you in just a second on ways you can soup it up and improve it. Because when I say good content strategy, I'm not talking about reach. I'm not talking about reach. I don't really care about your reach and virality. That doesn't really, because reach does not equal dollars. Surprise, surprise. A lot of you guys think this. You're like, oh, if I could only build an audience, then I could make money. But that's not the case, okay? Here are the 3 things that you want to consider when you are creating any type of organic content, ideally on Instagram and Facebook, because you can have more conversations. Okay, number 1 is your story. Okay, your story and how this relates to the customer. I'll say client, right? How this relates to the client. Ignore how beautiful my handwriting is. I'm writing fast. So your story and how it relates to your client, okay? This involves you getting vulnerable. This is the almost number 1 skill that I see in content creators and content creators that actually make money online, not those that just have a bunch of reach. But if you can be vulnerable and share with a client what it was like when you were in their shoes, they're much more likely to trust you, especially when it comes to investing in a service of yours. Okay? So can you be vulnerable? And when I say vulnerable, I don't mean, complaining, right? What we're talking about vulnerability, we're talking about scars that have already healed. Okay? We're not talking about open wounds here. This is a big differentiator, right? If I'm just complaining about my status and how it's hard for me to work out, blah, 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 that's an open wound. Nobody wants that. People like scars. So we're not complaining. What we are doing is talking about our transformation. Okay? So for example here, hey, when I started an online coaching business, it was tough. There were days where I would post twice a day. I would send 100 DM conversations a day. I would send 100 messages a day, and nobody would respond. And because of that, I felt sad. I felt lonely, and I even thought, should I go get a real job? And then I discovered this new technique that I'm going to share with you right now that helped me go from $0 to $10,000 in this time frame. Here it is. But do you see how that is sharing a scar? Hey, when I first started, I felt like this too. These are some of the thoughts that I had. And then this thing happened. I learned this thing, and it opened up this opportunity for me. Here's that thing that I learned. That creates this. Right there. Storytelling that connects with your audience creates money. Okay, that's number one. It's the number one tip when it comes to creating a strong organic content is sharing your story and being vulnerable. Okay. Number two is providing good tips. Okay. Sounds pretty simple, right? But I'm providing good tips and value that actually help someone make change. Okay? Seriously, the best content that I've created oftentimes are tweet style carousel posts where it's like, here's how to do this thing. And I'm sharing the same thing that I would share in my paid program, but I'm sharing it in a way that they can consume it and take action with it right now. I want them to get many wins. Like even this video here, this is a nurture video. I don't recommend you guys starting with this by any means, but I create content on here, and a lot of the content that I share in here is stuff that's from my paid group. But the reason I'm sharing that isn't I'm trying to be secretive, is I want you to get early wins, and I want to give the information away for free. Okay, so in my organic content, I really want to provide really good tips that someone could take and actually get results with. I don't really care, again, about the reach or if it's viral. I've seen too many people focus on this, and it's just exhausting, and it doesn't come back to making more money. What does is sharing good strategies, is sharing good tips and telling good stories. Okay? Now, the last tip and piece of all this that makes a really good social media strategy is sharing your client wins. Okay? Reason for this is this builds trust again. Okay? The biggest thing we want to focus on with any organic is nurture, is building trust. We do that through telling stories, providing value, and showcasing that we can get results, right? Because that's really what people want, is they want to trust that you can get them the results. So if you can share your client wins throughout the week, even if it's small screenshots, or if it's, hey, look at all the new clients that just signed up with me. That's one that I do every single Monday. That helps because it's like, oh, well, people are clearly trusting this person to get them results. He's got clients, versus like feeling like a needy coach or a needy business owner that just needs business. People see that and feel it. Okay. So those are really the three big components that you need in a strong social media platform. One, story, and you're sharing yours. Okay. Huge. Legit. I'm not even kidding. At least 2 times a week. This is going to be the doctor's prescription. That's good. Dr. Matt, get it? Okay. Yeah, not a medical doctor, but no, PT. All right, so we've got that. Number 2 is valuable posts. That really changes people's lives and gives them quick wins. And number 3 is wins/testimonials of your clients doing and getting the result that you promised in your marketing. That's it. Seriously. With all of this, of course, staying consistent is key. And a minimum of this would be, 5 times a week, 5 posts a week. It doesn't matter. if it's a reel, doesn't matter if it's a tweet post, doesn't matter if it's a photo of you, doesn't really matter, or a photo of your client, but staying consistent matters most. Don't get stuck in the numbers, okay, of reach, of all that stuff, because here's the thing is once you have a strong social media organic strategy like this, we can then start running ads, okay? And now when you run ads, they're going to go to your profile. They're going to see all the things that you're doing. They're going to like it. They're going to then engage with you. They're going to click that ad. They're going to opt in. They're going to want more of what you have because you're a real person. You're vulnerable. You share good stories. You provide a bunch of value, and you clearly are helping people because you're posting these wins on a regular basis. Okay. So that's all I got for you guys today. Get good at the basics when it comes to creating organic content. Okay. If you can do this, it's going to be so much easier for you to pair this with ads, pair this with YouTube, pair this with outbound emails, or even like just be active DMs. Okay. That's all you got to do. All right, so that's what I got for you guys today. If you guys like content like this, there's going to be a link below, a free training on how to get 10 clients in 30 days. It's a more in-depth training, and it walks you through the exact 5 steps that I've used in my coaching business and with the multiple coaching companies that I've worked with over the past 3 to 5 years who also do 6 or 7 figures online. Click that below, and we'll see you next time. Peace.